Wondering how to get good at Caitlyn and snipe your enemies' asses? Well, don't think too much. Because in the next few minutes I'll be explaining you all her abilities, how to build items on her combos, along with some bonus tips and tricks. I'll also tell you how to annoy the fuck out of your enemies. So load up your sniper rifles, and let's jump into the world of Wild Rift. Let's start off with her abilities first. Her passive is Headshot. After every 6 basic attacks, her next shot will deal bonus damage to the targeted enemy. The bar below the mana bar shows the number of shots you fired. The other way you can trigger a headshot is by using Caitlyn's second and third ability, which I'll be explaining very soon. Doing attacks from bushes gives you 2 stacks for each shot, meaning you'd have headshot ready after every 3 shots. You can make use of these in jungles since it has many bushes. Then you can literally go boom headshot, boom headshot, boom headshot after every 3 shots. Caitlyn's first ability is Piltover Peacemaker. She fires a piercing bullet that deals damage to the target's hit. Hitting an enemy will expand the range of the bullet, but will also reduce the subsequent damage. The bullet will deal full damage to the subsequent target if it is rooted. Also, the animation of this ability is really long, so it's very easy for the enemies to dodge it. So try to use this ability when enemies are rooted or stunned for much better accuracy. This ability also makes Caitlyn's wave clear very much faster. So you can push waves very fast when you feel the need to. Her second ability is Yordle Snap Trap. Caitlyn sets up a trap, which roots enemies when they step on it. When enemies get rooted by these traps, you get a chance to deal headshots instantly. The range gets doubled in such situations, meaning that you can poke from long distances. This ability is really handy in many situations. Like you can place these traps at choke points while doing big objectives. This will make enemies retreat or force them to take some damage. You can use these traps to defend your towers by placing it near them. So these can work as anti-pushers as well. These are also great counters to Guardian Angel and Stasis. Place the traps underneath them, and then there's no chance for them to run away. And this is how you should not play Caitlyn. Quick tip, just tapping the second ability will place the traps underneath you. This is really helpful when there are enemies trying to dive you. Her third ability is 90 caliber net. Caitlyn fires a net which damages enemies and slows them for over a second. When the net hits an enemy, you get a chance to deal headshot. Also, Caitlyn pushes herself a bit backwards when firing the net. So you can use this mechanism to get through walls and terrains, or to distance yourself from the enemies. Her ultimate is Ace in the Hole. It's not that hole, you dirty minds. Caitlyn locks onto an enemy, and then charges up a big shot to hit the target. This bullet deals damage based on enemies missing health. So it's always better to wait for enemies to get low, before you use your ultimate. The range of your ultimate is very big, so it's very easy to snipe from long distances. The bullet will hit them anyhow unless someone else intercepts its path. Let's learn how to build on Caitlyn now. For Caitlyn, you should start with Infinity Edge. This item is expensive, but its attack damage along with the crits is really worth. Your second item should be Rapid Fire Cannon. Even though it doesn't add much value, its extra range is really helpful to poke from long distances. Your third item should be Static Shiv. Makes Caitlyn more stronger with the crit rate and attack speed as well. This item will make Caitlyn strong in mid-game. Your fourth item should be Mortal Reminder. By the time you build this item, it will be late game, and hence this will help you in penetrating enemy armors. For the last item, go for Bloodthirster. It gives you insane amount of vamp, attack damage, and crit chance as well. For the boots, pick Gluttonous Greaves or Mercury Treads depending on the situation. For the enchantment, pick Quicksilver or Stasis. In the runes, pick Conqueror as your keystone rune. In the second row, opt for Hunter Vampirism or Gathering Storm. Vampirism for extra vamp and Gathering Storm for more damage over time. In the third row, Adaptive Carpus is the best option. Caitlyn is really weak in early game, so this will help her survive better in laning phase. And lastly, pick Sweet Tooth. Just because it's the best. Let's jump onto some of her tips and tricks now. Tip 1. You can use your third plus first ability to dash sideways or forward. Use this when you want to catch a running enemy, or when you want to dodge skill shots. Tip 2. When an enemy is stunned or rooted, use your second ability to place traps beneath them and root them longer. This is really helpful to finish off enemies easily. Tip 3. You can deal 2 headshots when enemy is rooted by your traps, and slowed by your net simultaneously. This is really helpful to increase your damage per second. Let's now see some combos of Caitlyn. Since Caitlyn is an ADC, she doesn't really have much combos. She is much more reliant on her auto attacks. I'll still show some basic stuff you should do with Caitlyn. The first basic combo you should know is third auto attack, first auto attack. This combo is really good to burst down enemies. You can also use your ultimate after this to finish off the enemy. The second combo is second, first, third, auto attack, auto attack. This is also a great combo to burst down enemies. Well, hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one. See you soon.